Once you've grounded your energy, take a look at these items here. And for this reading, we have 3 piles to choose between. Pile 1 is a shell. Pile 2 is amethyst. Pile 3 is jasmine. Feel free to pause the video, take as long as you need. Once you've made your selection, there are timestamps in the description box or the comment section below. Find your corresponding timestamp and I will meet you at your reading. Hello Pile 1, welcome to your reading. Everyone who chose the shell, I'm just going to set that off camera. Okay, and let's begin your reading. So for Pile 1, 5 of Pentacles, emotional withdrawal. Okay, so the important message with this 5 of Pentacles, Pile 1, you could be experiencing a little bit of down on your luck energy financially in areas of your life, okay? So what's important though is to recognize, I like the depiction in the Rider-Waite deck. So we see a couple struggling with different things that inhibit them, blindness, deafness, body ailments, okay, low, poor health, but also poor finances, okay? That idea, what you see in these figures in the Rider-Waite deck is they're walking by a church, which represents warmth inside because you can see warm light glowing in the stained glass window. But because they are focusing so much on their individual, what do I want to say? Their own pitfalls, their downfalls, they can't see what's around them, the opportunities that seem to want to assist them, okay? This could be the idea of wanting to do everything by yourself. And I think as we move forward into, this future of peace that I see coming for the world, it's important to develop an idea of community, okay? It's important to accept assistance from others. It's important to be really aware of where people or where events in your life seem to be cropping up to assist you. Okay, we don't want to do everything by ourselves is the energy that I'm getting, okay? Also, it's important to recognize that if you really resonate with this idea of being down on your luck, having a little bit less financial security than you would like, it's important to recognize that because as soon as you become self-aware and recognize that, you're going to be able to take action to steer your life in a different direction, okay? First you have to recognize this. Now, the other card that wanted to come out right away was Judgment, okay? Now, this is a major arcana card, and this one is rather significant. So I think that this idea of getting away from ideas of poverty mindset, scarcity, lack mindset, this idea of that energetic state of being is something, it's related to karma, okay? And you're really supposed to break out of that. And I think you're really developing an idea of self-worth in this incarnation. Okay, I'm getting this idea that you are this figure here, cloaked in black, but also very, very dark purple. And that is the void. That is new energy. And I see this other shell of yourself in the water, and you're saying goodbye to it. Okay, because it's time to let that past energy go. This idea of being down on your luck, wherever that seems to be fitting in for you, wherever you seem to be falling short in your life, and that's a repeating habit or a repeating energy or an energy that seems to be dragging on, we need to say goodbye to that and lose our attachment to it. We want to break away, okay? Because I see this caterpillar, and that's you. And you are trying to grow into a new way of being, a new way of looking at yourself is what I'm also seeing. The world, wow. Okay, so these are really, really significant cards, and now I'm even more positive that this idea of karma is really significant, okay? You're really supposed to, this message is about dealing with money and your health and your body, okay? How you look at yourself potentially, but what I get is it's really about your relationship to finances, your relationship to career, your relationship with how you make money, and how that's tied into your self-worth. I think you need to divorce this idea of a giant number in your bank account meaning that you are grand, okay? And I think we need to look at ourselves as perfect or as worthy. There's this idea of needing to look at ourselves with a little bit more joy, awe. Awe is the word I was searching for. You need to be a little bit more awe-inspired by yourself, okay? Because I believe that we are spiritual beings having a human experience, and sometimes we get really bogged down by this 3D world and the world that we live in, okay? And it can rob us in so many different ways because we forget that where we came from is a much more cohesive place filled with a lot more love, okay? What I'm really trying to get after is that you're having a human experience and we really need to have more fun, okay? I get the idea of really needing to bring up your energy, okay? I think you need to forgive yourself for things that you've been through, or perhaps relationships that you've had to how you look at yourself, okay? How you feel worthy and how you feel satisfied in all matters of finances, health, or career, okay? I see karma here. This is an important lesson for you to learn in this incarnation, that you are worth more than your bank statement, okay? You're worth more than your financial success. And I think that there are a couple lessons here. One of them is developing a community and developing an ability to allow others to assist you and help you, okay? Because if you hold on to this idea of needing to do it all by yourself and no one's going to help you and you're all on your own, it's a bad idea is what I want to say, okay? We need to sort of allow others to assist us in whatever way this is showing up for you in your life, okay? It's important to divorce yourself from needing to do things by yourself, and it's okay to accept help from others, okay? I'm also seeing this karma as this idea linked to karma. It's significant, okay? I know I keep bringing that up. But once you are able to divorce this way of being, divorce poverty mindset, scarcity mindset, self-limiting beliefs, you're going to open up this incredible state of being, okay? I see you at the end of some journey, okay? I see you working on this significantly, okay? We are at the end of the major arcana with these cards that are showing up here, okay? And I'm getting that that's because you have dealt with this for a while. And we really sort of want to tie the knot and drop it in the ocean kind of idea. It's like I'm getting the idea of like writing down all these self-limiting beliefs, wrapping that up around a rock, tying a little string on that, and then throwing it into the ocean, or throwing it into the lake or somewhere like that. And you need to sort of allow all of those thoughts and ideas that you put on that paper to go away. Okay? And it's going to sink and integrate, and all that energy is going to be transmuted, okay? And it's going to return to, source or whatever you believe in, okay? And by doing so, making this conscious effort to get out of this energy, you're going to bring forward a new way of being. You're going to complete this cycle, okay? Wow, okay, beautiful. And it's going to leave you at a new beginning, okay, with this magician, okay? Now, whenever the magician comes up, he has a significant message to relay, which is that you presently have all the tools at your disposal to transmute this energy, whether or not that's in your perception, okay? You have a wealth of talent and health, or at least an ability to manifest that and manipulate that energy. You have a wealth of passions with the wands, a wealth of feelings and emotions and dreams and longings with the cups, and then a sharp intellect to be able to cut away any self-limiting beliefs. It is simply a matter of getting rid of this former self and stepping on center stage and recognizing that you have this power within. We really want to move away from this Five of Pentacles energy. This is very, very curious. I love to see this. It's very hopeful is what I'm getting, okay? And I'm getting that this message seems to be about recognizing the power within. Let's see if we want one more final card from this deck. I think we do. I think it's you. Ah, Queen of Pentacles, growth. Okay. I love to see this. Okay, look at the transition from Five of Pentacles into Queen of Pentacles. That's remarkable. Okay, and that is growth indeed. We love to see that transformation. Now, this comes again from taking action on your mind, is what I'm getting, to move us away from this idea of needing to do it by ourselves, from not accepting help from others. This could also be not accepting new opportunities that come in because they look slightly different. They're just a little bit different and not perfectly exactly what we're asking for, but I'm getting the idea of take the opportunity when it comes. For however long it's going to last, it's not forever, okay? But it's going to be a building block, and you're going to be able to pave a way forward if you just accept these little incomes, is what I want to say, like these little tiny opportunities, right? It's almost the idea of like, now this is general, so this is a general example, a general reading, so it's a general example. It's like wanting to be a professional photographer on your own and wanting to book big gigs from the beginning. But maybe you have to accept an assistant position, and maybe another, and eventually you're going to make the right connection by not blocking all those offers. You're going to make the right connection in one of those little opportunities that's going to open up a period for you that's growth, okay? It's all cumulative is also what I want to say. Queen of Pentacles, nurture the body, nurture your home at this time is another message, okay? The Queen of Pentacles could also be a figure coming in your life, male or female. They just have a more feminine energy, okay? So they're very receptive, and they attract their income by exuding this state of presence that's magnetic. She really believes in herself, okay? The King of Pentacles, he's done the work. He's very patient. He's put in a lot of effort, kind of with the Emperor energy. But the Queen of Pentacles, she sort of stands in her authenticity and calls for what she desires, and it comes in. Okay, but it's also really nurture the body and mind at this time is very significant. Okay, I'm getting the idea that money and career and feelings of self-worth and satisfaction are the highlights for this reading for pile 1. Okay, let's move forward, and since we have so much earth and pentacle energy, let's go ahead and draw some earth magic. If you guys like any of the bags you see on this channel, I love this new sun and moon bag I made. You can email me and I can make one for you. Okay, so let's move forward with earth magic. So for pile 1, okay, let's get 2. Tsunami, wake-up call. Absolutely. Oof, I love to see this. Okay, what could be a tentatively frightening card, it's not really. Okay, this wake-up call, I think, is honestly this reading. I think this reading's a wake-up call for you. I see the judgment and the self-judgment, okay? Needing to stop judging yourself because you're not as far in the world as you think you should be. We cannot compare ourselves to other people because everyone has a unique set of experiences that is so radically different from us. Every single one of us has been through pitfalls, and we just perhaps don't share that with the world, okay? We only really share what we're comfortable with sharing, which is usually brighter, happier experiences, okay? I'm getting this shift, right? Look how significantly related these two cards are. This moon is actually right here in the Judgment card. This big wave, you know, she's waving, right? But also lots of significant water here in this Judgment card. The moon, the tsunami, a big wave. I think that you guys could utilize the moon if you want to work with the law of attraction, okay? Now, when you approach a full moon, that's a good time to really bring, that's, you know, the full moon, sorry, is a period of abundance. It marks when you have brought your manifestation into being. Okay? Now I'm getting the idea that you should work with the new moon to plant seeds of intention to really help shift you out of this Five of Pentacles energy, everything that we've talked about so far. Okay? Tsunami, wake up call. It's like a big wave that's going to rush in, destroy everything that's been in your life so far, in the form of, like, again, self-limiting beliefs, the way you look at yourself, the way you take judgment from other people. We kind of have to set up some sort of defense so we don't do that anymore, because it's hindering our growth. Wow, beautiful. Oh my goodness, yay. See, here's the tea, pile one. I see dense, sort of significant energy, but I also see the most incredible turning point. This breach card is amazing. You are literally getting over a roadblock. Okay, a significant block that has been in place, whether or not you created this or was set in your place by your spiritual team or the universe, whatever you believe in. Sometimes blocks are put in our place because they're trying to get us to tune in to see what's going on and what's not working. Okay, this breach card, look how significant it is. Water, the idea of water, our emotions. Okay, but water is also very mutable. Okay. This idea of jumping over something, okay? Getting over a hurdle. It has to do with this Magician card and the Queen of Pentacles. So really paying attention to your health, having a rigorous routine in your life would be really significantly helpful at this time, okay? Try to bring in new ways of being and working with your body, okay? That could be 10 minutes of yoga every day. That could be going to the gym 3 times a week. That could be going on a hike in nature, okay? But what I'm seeing is this wake-up call. I see you moving forward in the next couple of months with a new way of being and suddenly seeing just a lot more brightness, okay? Your world seems to be lighting up and things seem to be getting a lot better for you, okay? I love to see this. We're getting over some huge hurdle, okay? And it's like a dam, right? The dam is being, dismantled. There we go. And the water is rushing through. Water to me talks about creative energy. So some of you could be creatives experiencing a creative block or really struggling as starving artists. And this is an idea that we need to sort of figure out what makes us authentic. Where do we have the most energy and magic naturally? And how can we bottle that up, that set of experiences, in a fashion that we can share with others. I feel like that's one common factor in everyone's life purpose, is to capture your unique set of experiences and talents. My throat closed because this is a significant message. We need to capture our unique set of experiences, bottle them up, and fashion them in a way that other people can digest them and experience them and benefit from them. Okay? So, I want to wrap up your reading with one spiritual card. Okay. So for pile 1, please. Oh, you came out. Okay, we might be taking 2. Okay, this says no, wait, postpone, pause, say no. Again, the energy of the past, okay? I'm getting that this is the energy that has been, okay? And that's what's clarifying this wake-up call, okay? I think we've been a little bit too idle and stuck in this energy of feeling poor, feeling like no one is there to help us, feeling like we don't have a wealth of talent, feeling like we just can't shift out of this state of being. I think it's a self-limiting belief, but you're getting an epiphany, okay? I love to see the lightning striking over the storm. This is a storm that's passing because you have the breach card. It's amazing. Oh, what? What? Wow, what a really, really, really cool reading. That's so cool. You got no and then yes, right? I see you stepping into your power, okay? Raising your vibration. There's something to do with 3, okay? And triangles. I think you guys could look into what triangles mean in an energetic state, okay? How they are significant. But look how beautiful this reading is. That's just it's really cool, okay? I see you, needing to, me right now, I need to emphasize this world card at the heart of your reading, okay? You are getting out of this energy, and it comes from stop judging yourself. Stop allowing who you used to be color who you are now, okay? I'm getting that you are shifting into such a different person. At least your life is shifting into a much more comfortable state of being. I see you being able to manipulate energy a lot easier, and you're recognizing that you were living in this storm for too long, and you're moving into this bright future. You're getting over this roadblock. It comes from just saying yes, okay? Remember that idea I had early on with this 5 of Pentacles, needing to accept little tiny offers that look slightly different than what you're desiring, because they're going to pave a road for you. They're going to be cumulative, and you're going to pick up little bits of information, little truths, little answers that are going to complete this puzzle, okay? And they look slightly different than what you're desiring, because what you desire, you're perhaps not quite ready for it, and you need to take on these little bits of help. I'm getting this idea of like little tiny clues that you need to pick up first, and you're going to have the opportunity by saying yes. The opportunity you truly desire, the future you truly desire, this relief, this getting over this hurdle, removing this roadblock, it comes from just saying yes, okay? Because you're going to open up yourselves to new energy and new experiences, okay? Such a beautiful reading, okay, Pile 1? I love this message for you. If you like this message and haven't already, you can consider subscribing. Again, if you like any of the bags you see on this channel, you can drop me an email and I can make one of these for you. If you have made it this far into the reading, you can give me a big thumbs up. It really helps support my channel, and it helps other people find these messages too. And this is the ending of your reading, Pile 1. So until next time, stay divine. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading, everyone who chose the amethyst. I'm going to set that off camera, and let's open your reading with some tarot. So for Pile 2, please, what messages do we have for Pile 2? What does Pile 2 need to hear? What does Pile 2 need to know? Where is Pile 2 in their life? What messages do we have for Pile 2? The Wheel of Fortune. Ooh, okay. So time to take the wheel, time to steer your life in a direction. Where? 8 of Cups, doorways, new beginnings. Okay, so I see Pile 2 at a place in their life where they perhaps are closing some doors, but need to remember that when you do so, new doors open. And I see this as a period of growth. I see 8 cups, so a lot of emotion behind this new beginning, though. I think it could be difficult to make this move. It could be a difficult decision. It could be one that you've spent a lot of time thinking about. And I think some advice we have for you is to perhaps go sit by a tree, go sit underneath a tree, have your back right against a tree and really ground yourself. I know it's winter here in the United States, so I don't really know where you guys live, but if you can, it would be great to get outside, maybe even just go put your hand against a tree if you don't feel like sitting in the snow if it's snowy where you guys live. But I see these butterflies now too, and I'm looking at a metamorphosis. I'm looking at a period where Pile 2 is making a decision that is going to change their life, and this is for the better, yet it is not super easy. I get that there's a lot of emotion behind this decision, Pile 2, okay? Six of Cups, yes. Perhaps some of us are really holding on to the past, okay? Really sort of romanticizing the past and what has happened. But what's really important about nostalgia and memories is that they're not reliable. There's a lot of psychology behind memories and how they shift and change over time, and how we really shouldn't put a lot of stock into the specifics in a memory, okay? I'm getting a lot of emotion here, and it has something to do with fate. Okay, so this could be a relationship, and perhaps a partner or one with your family, one that's been taking a lot of energy. Okay, let's see a little bit more. King of Swords, very cool. Okay, so right now, the advice we have for pile 2 is to incorporate a little bit of structure in the mind, okay? I'm getting this idea of sort of denser energy at the heart of your reading, surrounding an opportunity on both sides, okay? The Wheel of Fortune says it's time to take action. It's time to grab the wheel by both hands and steer your life into a direction that you desire out of where you presently are, if that is not harmonious. I see you guys opening up to a new life, okay? Opening doors. Now, this could be a career, this could be a relationship, and that's kind of what I'm getting. I'm sensing that if you take this Wheel of Fortune and you move forward, wherever this seems to be in your life, I see this King of Swords moving forward for you, okay? This could be a mentor. They're very, very wise counsel because they operate and they only serve truth, okay? They have no bias, and that's perhaps the most attractive aspect of this King of Swords. I'm seeing, for some reason, lots of stars in the sky, okay? And that reminds me of looking up at the stars to sort of feel like, we're not alone in the world, okay? What I'm getting is that this decision to move forward, this new doorway, is good, okay? I get this idea that it is definitely good. I just get a little tiny bit of hesitation. The Wheel of Fortune comes out to remind me that in order to turn grain into flour, so in order to turn grain into something more profitable and to make a little bit more money out of, and to be a different type of resource that gives you more options, you have to turn grain into flour by using a mill, and you have to grind it. You can use water as that action to grind the mill, and it's a reminder that you sort of have to take what you have right here, and in order to turn it into something better, in order to transform it into something that has more resources and more use to you, you have to put that little effort behind it, which is that water, okay? That action that turns the wheel. I see you steering your life in a different direction. Let's try to get one more card for pile. Okay. 2. Let me just set this deck down. 8 of Pentacles and 10 of Cups. Okay, so again, a lot of emotion here, okay? But what I'm seeing moving forward, here, let me just kind of get these all out. Okay, 8 of Pentacles. Opportunities with hard work, though. So this 8 of Pentacles is often, I call it my Master of Art card, and it talks about dedication. Okay, it talks about putting in just day after day this effort, okay, to bring about change and a level of mastery. Okay, and I'm seeing this change for you as being joyful. 10 of Cups, blessed. So above everything, this message for pile 2 so far seems to be about a door opening towards a happy future. Okay, there's definitely an opportunity coming through. You might look out for this King of Swords. They could be moving into your life older than you. It could be a romantic relationship. 10 of Cups does, to me, talk about families. 6 talks about nostalgia for the past. So this figure could be someone from your past, but remember, with nostalgia, we usually remember things tinged with nostalgia a little bit more romantically than they actually were. So just take that into account, okay? But hard work, okay? Action, hard work. There's this idea of implementing a schedule for pile 2. Okay. You know what? Let's open this further with another tarot deck. And pile two, if you like any of the bags you see on this channel, I do make and design them all, so you can email me. I love this moon and sun one. Okay, so let's see if we can get a little bit more information for pile two. Okay, King of Pentacles just leapt out. All right, I see this opportunity. It does have something to do with work, but I also see now another figure, okay? Two Kings talks about the masculine energy, which is the action. It's doing. Queens are receptive. The Kings are really, really determined and action-oriented. This King is very patient. Okay, he has almost become one with his throne. The grapes represent sheer abundance and prosperity, but also remember, it's this idea of resourcefulness. It's this idea of potential by taking action, because the grapes, you can sell those as grapes, but you could also sell them as wine for much, much more. So it's that idea of turning grain into flour and utilizing it for the same idea. There's something here, piled two. There's something about taking what you have grown and transforming it. And that's a doorway, okay? Something you've already grown, something in your life that you have, and it's about helping it take from that into something else. And what I'm getting is that it's very difficult for you to see what that is, how you could transform this to that. It's the idea of looking at grain and, because you can't grain, you could put that with water and make oatmeal, but that's very different than bread, right? It's this idea of transforming what you have into something else, okay? Now be patient with yourself, but it's also dedication. This King of Pentacles is very, very, very dedicated, okay? Two Kings, lots of action towards hard work for a harmonious future, for the future you desire, which I do see coming for you. Okay, so for pile two, please, another clarifier. Oh, wow. Okay, King of Cups. Curious. Three Kings in your reading. Very, very significant, okay? Very blessed. Very, very curious at the same time. So again, this emotion, we're drawing a lot of attention to emotion, okay? And we will certainly reach for some romance cards, because I wonder that pile two might have a lot of prospects in love coming their way. Or surround them. A lot of opportunities for incredible relationships. I love to see these Kings in your reading, okay? Very curious. I also sense that you guys have a depth of emotion as well. Now let's move forward into that romance deck. Let me just grab it. You are right here. Okay. This thing, this idea that we want to mold, this dream we have that we want to take from grapes to wine. What is that? Is it creative writing? Is it an art project of yours? Are you guys painters? Are you singers? Did you write something? It's like a poem or a song, even a whole ass novel. And it's like, that's grapes. How do you turn that into wine? Pile two, please. Playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. True love. This is the romance of a lifetime. Okay. So I get that. Of a lifetime is making me think of longevity with this Ten of Cups, which talks about domestic bliss, okay? What I'm seeing, pile three, it's your decision. I choose the King of Pentacles. He stands for longevity, okay? He's very grounded, very peaceful, very, very patient. I see these love offers of love that surround you. And you, yes, I'm getting the idea of you transforming and That's why these three kings are around you at this time. They could also stand for opportunities. I'm getting people and relationships. But because there are three kings around you, I was getting the idea that your energy is raising. I can sense that too here in the Wheel of Fortune, as these three muses are combining their energies to bring about a shift of peace or to pool their energy, okay? I'm getting the idea of these three kings are around you because you exude this playful energy, okay? There's some idea of someone here who's very attractive. Now, it could be physically, but what I'm getting is more your energy. There's something about you. It's like your laugh. I think you guys have a really lyrical laugh. Okay, new love. Yeah, exactly. Oh, cool. I haven't seen this one yet. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Absolutely. Okay? And this is at the heart of your reading, some romance. I wonder if pile 3... interesting. I wonder if pile 2 has this idea of love and romance on their mind while wanting a future that has to do with their career and increasing abundance. And it's like they're weighing their options, potentially. You can have both and more, is what I want to say. Now, I do see this, an offer of love right here. This person is down on his knee, offering a rose, okay, the highest vibration of all. And I'm sensing that, yeah, these are people. These are relationships. These are potential love offers. I think you're very attractive right now. There's something about you at this time in your life that you are like a magnet, okay? And I sense that people see you changing where you're going in your life and leveling up. And it's because you've been putting in this hard work, or this perhaps could be a prediction that you must put in hard work in order to achieve this life that we seem to be describing at this time. Okay, do I want to go anywhere else with your reading? Let's go ahead and grab... I do. I was going to go for a spiritual lens, then I was going to think about earth magic. We might pull one of those, but I am curious about these relationships. So I am going to pull for you guys a few more cards regarding this. New beginning. Could be a new beginning in love. Whatever this new beginning is, it's blessed. I think this is a confirmation for pile 2 that this doorway that you walked through recently, perhaps in the past several months, is blessed. It is a right choice. You're on path. There's nothing here that would indicate to me that you are off path. I think someone here really needed to hear that. Sometimes our dreams take a long time to appear, to be realized. And I think it's really important to remember while you are building them that it's okay for them to take shape slowly. They can't take shape instantaneously. That doesn't happen in this world of duality. It's too dense here in the 3D for things to take shape instantaneously. Be patient with yourself, okay? So if I could get a little bit of information here. You really wanted to come out. Take this one slow. Absolutely. Okay, that's a message for sure. And another one. Aphrodite, Venus. Yeah, there is something about you. You are like very, very attractive. You have, of all the romance cards to come out, there aren't many of them don't even have to do with romance, and many of them are not positive. These are very, very lighthearted energy. I see the blessing of Aphrodite and Venus at the heart of your reading. Okay, there's something I'm also it's coming to mind, that Botticelli painting, Birth of Aphrodite. Okay, and roses are coming off of her. You are this figure. So know your worth is what I want to say. I'm getting all sorts of spiritual shivers. There's something here. It's like either your present relationship is grapes and you deserve wine, and it's almost like you deserve ambrosia, which is milk and honey and spices and flowers. There's that inkling under there that I want pile 2 to walk away with thinking about. How are we going to turn grapes to wine? Okay, take this one slow. Wine does take a long time to age, doesn't it? Dare I say star-crossed and near, far, wherever you are. Okay. Yes, love is at the heart of this reading, pile 2. And I think that this is the end of your reading. And like I said in the beginning, if you liked any of the bags you see on this channel, I do make them all. Drop me an email if you would like one. Also, if you would like a personal reading, you can follow my link in the description box or send me an email. If you've made it this far into the reading, you can give me a big thumbs up. It helps me do these readings for free on YouTube, and it helps other people find my channel. And until next time, stay divine. Hello, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. Everyone who chose this little bottle of jasmine. So I'm just going to set this off camera. And let's start your reading with some tarot cards. Okay, so for pile 3, what does pile 3 need to know? Where is pile 3 right now? Okay, got one right off the bat. Let me just... Okay. We'll start with you. The Lovers, curious, passion. Okay, so pile 3. How are you feeling about yourself these days? How do you feel about how you express your sexuality? How do you feel about where you fall on the spectrum? Are you closer towards heterosexuality, closer towards homosexuality, or do you find yourself somewhere in the middle? The Lovers really talks about, to me, it's a relationship with other people, but it is not just that. It is certainly a relationship with yourself and how you view and express your sexuality. Okay, so I'm getting this idea, especially with the jasmine, because it's about the scent to me and the perfume. It feels like we're really almost at a place in our life where we're experimenting with these ideas. Okay. The Page of Cups, curious. Okay, so this idea of like a new beginning, sort of like really young love is what I'm getting an idea of. Something along the lines of pureness, purity, joy, a new beginning. This could look like a friend coming through, but what I'm getting is this idea of romance. Okay, curious, because I don't really do like romance readings, but pile 2 was a little bit romantic, a little bit flirty. That's what I'm getting here. I'm getting sort of a denser energy next to a lighthearted energy, okay? And perhaps this is a conversation you need to have with yourself, this idea of the Lovers, this idea of sexuality being on a spectrum, okay? Now, if this is talking about someone who is currently in a relationship, what I'm getting is like space needed or an allowance needed. I'm getting this idea of needing to have sort of like this little sprinkling of joy, this idea of more lightness, okay? Whatever this seems to be about. 4 of Cups. Okay, another card of emotion, awareness, though. Now, this could talk about how you feel about your relationship, okay? And to me, this card really does talk about, like, being dissatisfied. So maybe our relationships right now are what we're drawing attention to. Perhaps this is talking about platonic relationships or relationships with the family. Okay, so what I was getting right before your reading was, when I was like shuffling the cards, the 3 of Cups came out, which talks about friendship to me. Okay, so I think that pile 3 is really interested in exploring ideas of relationships with people. The idea of friendship is significant to them. 9 of Cups. Okay, curious. Now, we have a lot of emotion going on here. So what I see is a blossoming relationship, okay? It feels like we're finally getting to this message, which seems to be about perhaps a young love blossoming. And we'll get a lot of clarifiers moving through this message, but let's try to reach for another card. 9 of Cups symbolizes, a wealth of emotion, certainly, and oftentimes a Make-A-Wish card. So perhaps pile 3 is wishing for a blossoming in their relationship. Okay, I almost want to, for some reason I didn't do this with the other piles, I want to like place this little bottle back here. Okay? Let's see if we can get another card. You wanted to jump. Eight of Pentacles, opportunities. Okay, I heard opportunities in love first. But I'm also getting the idea of friendships. Okay, and I'm getting the idea of a work partnership, friendships at work, trying to bring in someone who can offer you advice within your particular field. Okay, I'm getting the idea of finding like a business partner or someone where you share similarities with a particular dream of yours or a goal or an ambition of yours, okay? And it's like you lack a friend in that department, and perhaps it's like that's the one department we do want a friend in. So perhaps pile 3 is really interested in these ideas, okay? This idea of finding someone that's on the sidelines and has been there all along, but we've been overlooking them for whatever reason. Now, I'm going to draw, I didn't do this for the other readings, I'm going to draw on every one of these with another tarot card. So, give me a second to open this deck. But what I see, it's like I also just heard give this love a chance. Okay, so that could be, a relationship. At the very least, we're talking about 2 different energies. We're talking about someone who needs this newness. This Page of Cups, okay, they're very naive, but they're also very pure. It's like the scent of this jasmine is what I'm getting the most, okay? It's like this idea of a really delicate person, okay? And it's that energy that we want to put into this relationship. I feel like for those who are in committed relationships at this time. For others, it's this idea of needing to find a friend, okay? Something along these lines. Okay, so 9. Okay. I'd like to see another 9 in your reading, though. So, going through it a bit, okay? I think that you guys have made it through those who are in relationships have made it through significant stages, okay? I think that I see you guys in relationships that are older than 2 years at the very least, okay? Okay, a lot of energy here. Now, this is a communication, okay? And I see for those who are in relationships, a miscommunication about something or a pause in communication. It's a gap, okay? So what I'm getting is like this idea of needing to give each other like an allowance, like not money, like space, like room to breathe, like room to be your own person. It's like a little bit more freedom in this relationship. Okay, Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Okay, not taking and not sensing opportunities. Okay, now I do get, mostly romance, mostly friendships, mostly relationships. Okay, but for some of us in here, we're simply not paying attention to our dreams. And by dreams, I mean goals and ambitions. Okay, and not taking action on them. Okay, perhaps we need to sort of tune into the why we want to go after this ambition in the first place, okay? And once we figure out the why, we're going to have a little bit more understanding about why we've been in this stalemate, okay? But for some of us, the stalemate is our relationship, and it's this idea of dissatisfaction. The 4 of Cups in the Rider-Waite deck, it describes a figure who is sitting and observing 3 cups while this divine one emerges from the cloud on the sideline. And because they're focusing so much on what they're trying to make work with what already exists, they can't see it. And it's like the idea of trying to make our friends take on roles that we need when there's someone on the sideline who's been there the whole time that we're just not giving attention to. And it's this idea of not trying to force these 3 cups that exist, these 3 relationships, friendships, romances, kind of idea like that. Trying not to make those take shape other than what they simply are, right? We never want to change someone else. And it's the idea of being dissatisfied because those are not panning out. They're not taking the shape that we want. They're not supporting us in ways that we desire. And it's all about, this whole reading is about this Lovers card, okay? It's about how you look at a relationship. Plenty of people have open relationships, and I feel like I'm being told to talk about my own opinion about that. When I was very young, maybe like 10 years ago, just getting into romances at like 16, 17, 18, I was like, I hated the idea of an open relationship. I thought it was really toxic, but as I grew and as I grow older, um, there's this idea that I've been thinking about, and I think RuPaul does a really good job of explaining this. He was talking about his relationship with his partner, and he said that he would never block me from having any experience that I want in this life. And they're in a committed relationship, but it's like if you're ever, at a party sometime and you wanted to flirt with someone, that's totally okay. If you wanted to sleep with them once and you already had this conversation with your partner, that's fine. It's this idea of where do you find yourself on that spectrum? It's like making sure that we're not in codependent relationships. It's like making sure that we're not putting too much constraints on relationships and on people. And constraints could be about within your own relationships, or this idea of, remember the Four of Cups, feeling like we want to form something different out of our current relationships, make someone be a little bit different so that they can, help us in our career field more, be more sound advice. And it's like, try to branch out a little bit. Try to see who's been on the sidelines, trying to get your attention. Who could be this figure who wants to be like a sounding board? I'm getting the idea of a sounding board. Death over a Nine of Cups in reverse. Curious. Okay. Okay, it's the idea of resisting letting good things go, or understanding when the end of something is here, okay? Death in reverse always is you understanding when some cycle has ended and needing to let that go. And by letting go, you're going to bring in more, because what you've done is created space for the universe to provide for you. Okay, Eight of Pentacles, hard work in regards to freedom, okay? Where do you want to go in the world, pile 3, okay? Because you can go anywhere you put your mind to, and I'm getting the idea of just needing to dedicate yourself to this idea of freedom, okay? You have many major arcana cards, and I think that because of that, you guys, your relationships are karmic in this lifetime, and there's some things we have to learn about them, okay? So let's go a little deeper. I think these ideas are very curious for pile 3. This idea of partnerships, okay? This idea of not being with someone because of lust, but because of a friendship, okay? It's how you define love. And it's really important that you don't look at fairy tales as, exemplary ideals for love, because that could sort of confuse you. I'm not here to tell you how to look at relationships, how to pick a partner, but I do feel like, based on time, based on history, we've sort of warped what a relationship should look like. Okay? Trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. Okay, I feel this kind of strongly for pile 3. This idea of freedom, okay? And, trust. I'm also being, another relationship is coming to mind. I ruined a really great love that, it was very difficult for me to lose this relationship because I felt so strongly about this person, okay? And it was very, very, very romantic, very passionate, but also there was a great friendship there. But I really had trust issues because I had partners who had cheated on me before. And I think that some of the very best advice I sort of figured out over time is if I just sort of let that idea of cheating go. Okay, if I just let that idea of sabotage go, and it's like just being in the place of, if that happens, it wasn't meant to be. And that sounds scary, but it's actually really liberating. If they're going to cheat, they're going to cheat, okay? And they were not meant for you. unless you sort of had a conversation where you let a little bit of freedom into that relationship. Okay, this idea of relationships, it's very complex, and I think that we are sort of showing pile 3 a lot of different ideas about relationships. Okay, now this trust card though, if I had just been in a place where I could trust, if I had grounded my root chakra, I think that people here could be grounding the root chakra or really need to pay attention to their lower chakras. If I had been in a place of trust, I think the relationship would have taken a different course, okay? But I think that this is you guys. I think that we put so many constraints on partners that we turn into we turn a romance into something platonic, and that creates all sorts of confusion. And then we feel trapped because the world is so expensive these days that we have to live together, kind of idea, okay? Let's get a little bit more information. Perhaps at least one more, okay. True love. This is the romance of a lifetime, okay? Curious. So what I was getting for the people who are in a committed relationship, you guys have been together for perhaps more than 2 years. I'm getting the idea that this idea of freedom is really important. This idea, this freshness, this room for breath, room to breathe, this allowance. I think you guys need to develop a broader look at your relationship together and to have a conversation about what you think is okay as far as limits, okay? Because I sense a good relationship, you guys are in a healthy relationship and you have a good mix of romance, passion, but also friendship, which I think is super important. It's just this idea of freedom, okay? Codependency. I am not surprised to see this come out. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Okay. This reading is now very specific. Okay. It's really, really about this idea of limits and freedom and constraints within relationships. Okay. And trust is at the heart of this issue. And I need to say that part better. When I was able to finally realize that I could sit in a place of happiness with my relationship because nothing was presently happening for me to be worried about my partner going out there and cheating, okay, or seeing other people or flirting behind my back and just being a flirt in general, okay? If no action's being taken, I see no harm, right? And I need to just sort of be in a place where I allow that, benefit of the doubt. Okay, I think that's a huge message for pile 3, learning to give people the benefit of the doubt. Okay, if this is in friendships, that's a strong message. If it's in relationships, that's a strong message. We need to give people the benefit of the doubt. Okay, because I do see codependency as a big issue in the world at large, and this is for, several reasons. I think it's because of how we've looked at relationships on TV through stories, novels, Disney, for example, but also because the world is extremely expensive to live in. And we, all of my friends in high school, they started partnering up years before I did, getting married years before I did. And I look at that sadly as codependency, and I see why. I wish things could be differently in the world, so we wouldn't have to link up and feel the need to have to share a household just to be able to afford bills. Okay? This is a very curious message. So let's move forward, and I'm going to take on some earth energy. Love is really important to pile 3. I just get the idea of, especially shifting towards this more peaceful future, I get the idea of needing to look at people as individuals and needing to satisfy yourself first at all costs. And this is a really unpalatable opinion in this day and age because people call that selfish. But the reality is, if we go around serving other people, we create imbalance in ourselves. And if everyone's imbalanced, everyone's in the world wobbling, and the whole world is just going to do this and wobble. No. You need to serve yourself first at all costs, okay? Especially in relationships. If you are dissatisfied, you have to have a conversation. You have to have a conversation about limits, and you guys can take baby steps, is what I'm getting, okay? First card, passion. Okay, cool. This is important, but it's not the only aspect of a relationship. I'm actually going to set that kind of here. And draw. I felt you were important. River, movement. Yeah, some link needs to be broken or extended, or it's just things are becoming stagnant in the relationship, not because they're bad, but because we have a really limiting understanding of relationships and what they should look like and what we want to allow them. Okay? Fire, passion. I'm getting the idea of like shifting the energy. I'm coming back to this idea of an allowance. Like there's this need for room to breathe. Okay, to breathe fire back into the relationship. Okay, this reading has a lot to do with love. River and movement. Okay, water, a lot of emotion. Okay. And water has created this channel between these mountains, okay, throughout time. And I'm getting the idea of longevity and a lot of emotion, being able to break down barriers through conversation. Okay, I hope this is making sense to you guys. You guys need to talk this out. I know what this energy is describing, and I will say it's complicated, okay, because we don't trust naturally. I feel like we don't naturally give people the benefit of the doubt. And certainly I didn't. And it took a long time for me to be able to give people the benefit of the doubt. But I swear to God, I'm repeating this message the third time because it's so important. But I also feel like I'm not articulating it the best. If you could just instead shift your mind and just say, prove it to me. Like, I am going to trust you no matter what until that information comes to you. You're going to do yourself a disservice by sitting there worrying, okay, and lacking trust and holding on to someone in the hopes that they don't look a different way. I don't know that that's actually love. I think love is unconditional, okay? And if you have a bond that's strong enough, I think we could sprinkle a little friendship, LOL, into the mix. I guess friendship is important to you guys. Yeah. I think perhaps you guys have been spending maybe too much time together, okay? Or just, I get the idea of needing to trust each other and give each other benefit of the doubt. Okay, now I feel like I'm beating a dead horse. So let's, your reading is a little bit long, but I think it's important to relay these ideas. I think they're new to you. I want to reach for one more card in this deck. Just one. Okay. Take this one slow. Curious. Okay. I think it's the conversation, and I think it's the freedoms, and it's the limits, okay? And it's the idea of opening the relationship a little bit. I'm not saying go into an open relationship and sleep with anyone you want, but it could be as simple as, like, if you're out at a bar together, like saying, I'm going to flirt with who I want to. I'm not going home with anyone, but I want to have the freedom to be able to flirt with everyone, because it's just that, okay? That's the energy. So this is the end of your reading, pile 3, and I really hope you liked it. If you liked any of the bags you saw on this channel, I just created this sun and moon bag. I make them all. They're great little tarot bags, and you can email me and purchase one of your own. If you'd like to purchase a personal reading, I have a link in the description box below. I think those cost around $20. And if you've made it this far into the reading, you can give me a big thumbs up. It really helps support my channel, helps me do these readings for free on YouTube, and it helps my channel grow. So until next time, stay divine.